So it's Juneteenth, 2025. And do you know still today we've got people arguing about whether or not the Confederate flag is racist? I can't make this stuff up. Check this out.
Do you feel like the Confederate flag is racist?
No.
Can I ask why?
It's just become a symbol of Southern pride, and just it doesn't hold the racist meaning that a lot of people think it does.
The only tangible reason that was written in the Confederate Constitution of why they seceded was due to slavery. I feel like anything related to Confederacy would have to be racist then, or no?
No, because slavery was really just one of the very few reasons that the Confederacy seceded. They actually seceded a lot because of their trading with Great Britain was not liked by the North. The North had industrialized, and they didn't want any overseas trade.
You know what they were trading?
They were trading for textiles and various other goods like
cotton.
Yes, they were trading with cotton.
That was the number one export.
Yeah, they had a lot of cotton and tobacco and various other resources. But
do you know who was the one farming all of those materials?
Southern plantation owners and possibly slaves. Yeah.
The cognitive dissonance is strong with this one. He says possibly slaves were involved in the picking of cotton and tobacco. You know, America's most lucrative industries at the time, at the founding of the country. They hate to give us our credit, but it's Juneteenth. It's Freedom Day. Whether they like it or love it, we're taking our credit. We're taking our flowers right now. The delineation movement is now in full effect. You're going to give us foundational Black Americans our glory for the free labor that we contributed to this country. And Juneteenth, the holiday, is really an admission of guilt. Instead of giving us the reparations, the repair that we are owed, they were like, oh, well, we'll give you this holiday so you guys can go out and engage in commercialism. You can go out and buy something from the store. You can go out and get some liquor and get drunk. You can go out and spend your money instead of us giving you the money that you're owed. But listen, we're going to take Juneteenth and use it as an opportunity to spread awareness of the foundational Black American lineage, our legacy, and our contributions to this country. This holiday is a salute. It's a shout out and an acknowledgement of the free labor which was never compensated, which our people gave. You're welcome, America. You think this is a one-off? No, it's not. Even in high schools across America today, they still have this as a topic for debate. Is the Confederate flag, we're talking about a country, quote unquote, which started a war, a civil war with the United States of America. And to this day, folks like Donald Trump still want to celebrate these traitors.
A general who was incredible. He drank a little bit too much. You know who I'm talking about, right? So Robert E. Lee was a great general. And Abraham Lincoln developed a phobia. He couldn't beat Robert E. Lee. He was going crazy. I don't know if you know this story, but Robert E. Lee was winning battle after battle after battle, and Abraham Lincoln came home. He said, I can't beat Robert E. Lee. And he had all of these generals. They looked great. They were the top of their class at West Point. They were the greatest people. There's only one problem. They didn't know how the hell to win. They didn't know how to fight. They didn't know how.
These are traitors to our country. The Confederate battle flag, which they're holding up, the people who wave that will then point the finger at these Hispanics who are protesting deportation. You see these Hispanics waving their Mexican flags and waving their foreign flags, and we rightfully call that out and say, hey, why are you in America waving that foreign flag? Well, you folks who are waving that Confederate racist flag, you too needs to be called and checked out, because this is America. And if you don't like it, then you can get the hell on. You can get out of here. This is America. We fought a war, and the foundational Black Americans were the winning side. We are the ones who allowed the United States to prevail because, mind you, before the Emancipation Proclamation, before us foundational Black American freedmen got involved, the North was losing. Message. The North would have lost to those Southern military folks. You ever wonder why all those folks in the South call themselves Colonel this, Colonel that? There was a lot of military bases in the South. Alabama, Georgia, Texas, they weren't playing. South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, they're not playing. The South was dusting the North off until us foundational Black American freedmen got involved. So yes, today on Juneteenth, I gotta give us our flowers. Now, you know I keep some bonus footage, but before we get into that, check out this other debate where a high school student had to set the record straight. Check this out.
It's kind of evolved into like a racial thing when really it was not started as a racial thing at all.
So slavery had nothing to do with the race, okay. Luckily, not all of his classmates think the way he does. Welcome to the conversation, Christopher Justice.
Any other opinions as far as agreeing with him or disagreeing with him? Okay, Mr. Justice.
You do have a right to fly it. I do not think it should be flown on public property, like in front of a state house. You can also fly it at protests. But he mentioned misconceptions. There are no misconceptions about that flag. The flag that we see today is not actually the Confederate flag. The Confederate flag is similar to that of the United States. It has a blue upper right-hand corner with 7 stars in a circle, 2 red stripes, and in the middle a white stripe. The flag we see today is an interpretation of a Confederate battle flag. And the interpretation went up in the 1960s, around the time the Civil Rights Movement started. And to the point where it's not racially motivated. Then how come it's a symbol for so many groups like the KKK and the National Socialist Movement, who, as you all probably know, have white supremacist and neo-Nazi ideologies? Also, I find it ironic that people claim to be patriots when they fly that flag. The Confederates stabbed the Union in the back. They shot first. They murdered 500,000 American soldiers. And they argued that it was because of states' rights. I ask, states' rights to do what? What were we considering getting rid of at the time? Not guns. We weren't trying to raise taxes. It was slavery. We were trying to stop the expansion of slavery to the West. The Southern aristocracy panicked and left the Union. They said, we are not Americans. We are from the South, so we're starting our own country. And then they proceeded to launch numerous terrorist attacks against the Union, shooting at Fort Sumter, murdering 200 people in Lawrence, Kansas.
Chitty chitty bang bang. Point made. The Confederates fired first. They succeeded from the Union. Why? And if you read the causes, and last month in May was Confederate Heritage Month. Yes, you know there's still states, I believe it's like Mississippi, that are still celebrating Confederate Heritage Month. Well, for Confederate Heritage Month, I took the time to read, and you guys can go back and check it out. It's on my channel. I took the time to read the causes for secession. Each Confederate state issued a cause for secession. They gave the reasons why they were seceding from the Union. And the main reason that they gave was, well, we want to maintain slavery. The North, the abolitionists in the North, every time we send our slave patrols up north to capture our slaves, our runaway slaves, the folks in the North keep dog walking our slave catchers, our slave patrolmen. They're beating them up and sending them back down south empty-handed. So that's what the war was about. It wasn't just about, they wanted to keep slavery here, and they wanted to go enforce slavery, for example, in California. They wanted to go, and when they say, oh, California wasn't a slave state, why are they getting reparations? Well, they had a lot of bounty hunters in California, and California was sending the slaves back. The Union was trying to prevent slavery from spreading west. So every new state which signed into the Union had to agree not to be a slave state. The South, the Confederate states, wanted to enforce slavery not only in the South, but they wanted to enforce slavery in the form of capturing their runaways nationwide. This is really what the war was about. Like the brother said, racism, slavery is seeped into that flag. But it's Juneteenth, and this is our day. This is Freedom Day. If you made it this far, y'all know I got some bonus footage for you, so salute for sticking around with me. Check out this bonus footage. Let's celebrate Freedom Day together. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Just keep it flying.
Keep it flying? And why do you want to keep it flying?
Why would anybody want to erase our heritage?
Well, some people would say that flag symbolizes racism, it symbolizes slavery, and they might have some valid points there.
That's their opinion, they're welcome to their opinion if they want it.
Are you pro-slavery or against slavery?
I have no comment, but thank you for the interview.
I'll give you one more chance. Pro or anti-slavery?
No comment.
I'll give you one more opportunity to say if you're pro or anti-slavery.
No comment.
All right, well, there you have it. No comment on the if you're in favor of slavery or not.
I done ran up all these bands up in hand and made like 5 bands a day. I was broke, came up with a plan, now I'm the man, there ain't no stopping me. I done ran up all these bands up in hand and made like 5 bands a day. I was broke, came up with a plan, now I'm the man, there ain't no stopping me. It ain't no stopping me. Got better bands, I'ma run it up, it ain't no stopping me.